Meagan, first, great to have a chance to speak with you for the first time. How does it feel being here in Toronto? Because we're backstage for the Molson Canadian Amphitheatre, and as we speak, in a little while, you're going to be in front of 13,000 fans.
Yeah, it's craziness. First of all, I'm super excited to play here. And it's a little chilly. It's pretty cold outside. I'm used to the California, LA weather, but I gotta say I'm kind of loving this change for once, the nice cool weather. But it's gonna be a really super awesome night filled with a lot of talented people, and it's gonna be a party up there.
Definitely a party. But I want to talk a little bit about how the party all started with you musically. Oh, now, correct me if I'm wrong, originally from Texas?
Yes, originally from Texas, now out in California. And, I started in music probably about 6 years ago, and I would always do open mics and talent shows, but YouTube was kind of the platform that really got things going for me. And my fans discovered me on there, and they're the ones that share my videos and listen to my music, and they're the reason I'm here today.
So, but there had to be also record execs and stuff like that too. How did that all happen with you getting signed through this process with YouTube?
Yes, I actually ended up being discovered by Sean Diddy Combs. So I was on Bad Boy Records and Interscope Records for about a year and a half, but now I'm going the independent route, starting my own label, and I'm really enjoying this process. So it's been.
Now, I gotta ask you, what is it like working with P Diddy? I mean, people have seen his reality shows. They've seen. I've met him too. Very intense person, but very intelligent.
Yeah, a very, very intelligent businessman. And when I first met him, I talked to him on the phone before, and he sounded and talked like you would expect him to. Like, hey, what's up? I'm in the studio right now. Sorry I couldn't be there tonight. And then I met him the next morning. It was probably around like 1 o'clock, but it was still morning for him, I think. And he was much more calm and reserved, I guess is the word I'm looking for, and not the party self that I thought it was. But I think that comes out later in the day. But he was just really awesome and took the time to kind of listen to my music, and I went to his house and played some songs for him acoustically, and that was just crazy, just being in his living room performing for him.
But why was it important for you though to finally go the independent route for yourself?
I think the independent route has been really good for me because although I had some great experiences while being on the label, I feel like I'm finally getting the opportunity to kind of discover what kind of music it is I want to create and really get in the studio and just write the songs myself, because I was given a lot of amazing songs, but I was 16 at the time and I wasn't sure what kind of music I wanted to make, but now I think I'm finally figuring that out, and it's been just a wonderful process and journey.
So let's talk about some of the singles that you have released, because like I said, trust me, the fans are loving them.
Yes, they've been super supportive. I'm excited for this new EP I have coming out in the fall called Escape, and it's kind of shows a little bit of different sides of me on each track. The first single, Electrified, kind of shows that Earth, Wind and Fire, Stevie Wonder influence I had growing up, and it's definitely a dance party kind of a jam and a throwback feel for sure.
Oh, wait, did you just say EWF to me here?
Yes, I grew up with my dad in the car. We listened to Al Green, Earth, Wind, Fire, Stevie Wonder, and Queen like all the time.
Oh, okay, I'm bowing to you now. I would never expect, somebody as young as yourself going old school like that.
Those were definitely some of the artists who shaped me and influenced me musically, and to be able to put that influence into my music now has just been an incredible journey.
Okay, girl, I gotta add one more in it. You gotta do some Chaka Khan. You gotta listen to some of that.
Yes! Oh my gosh, that brings back a memory. There was one song, I forgot. The Chaka Khan one. Let me rock.
Chaka Khan, let me rock it, Chaka Khan. Yeah.
Rock, let me feel. There was a part right at the beginning where it'd go do, and like every single time that song would come on in the car, me and my sister and my dad, we'd have to do the little move. So anytime you hear that Chaka Khan song, I think it's I Feel For You.
Yeah, I Feel For You.
That part after like the first verse, it just goes dun dun dun, and then you just jam out from there.
Oh man, I love you to death. You're going old school, and I love that. But what do you think you have to do though for staying power to make sure that in the next 5 years we're still doing these interviews, in the next 10 years we're still doing these interviews?
I think you just have to, at the end of the day, first of all, stay true to who you are, because I feel like if you're putting on a front all the time, that eventually it gets old and people see through it. But at the same time, you have to continually evolve and grow and change in that way. And if I think as people see you grow with your music and with your attire and everything, all sides of it, they'll be there to support you.
And any chance, I mean, we talked EP, but what about future album, full-length album?
Yes, full-length album. I'm not quite certain yet because, it's a different age we live in. The music business is constantly changing, I feel like, and evolving. You see more and more artists doing the things independently now, which is pretty awesome. But even just with like Vine, the 6-second videos, how people are just constantly wanting fresh content. So my plan right now is to put out this new EP in the fall and then put out another EP shortly after that in February. So just start putting out fresh content more regularly than putting out an album for a couple year period. So
Cannot wait. And I'm telling you right now, when I go home, I'm listening to me some more Chaka Khan. So thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much for your time.